everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Banished. We are in the early winter of year 17. What's the problem with our town right now? I'm sorry, I'm just, reacquainting myself because I just came back from a couple days absence of recording Banished. People are freezing to death. We have no firewood. It's early winter. That's bad news. We have 4 laborers. Are these laborers prioritizing cutting down trees? Oh, Lord. Maybe that's half of our problem right there, or all of our problem right there, is that there's, like, no trees to cut down. Let's go to mow for the leaderboards. Mow? No, we'll start chopping down trees, like, over here. There's a lot of trees that, warrant being chopped, and we'll prioritize that as well, and then we'll get started. Our town's going all right, with the exception of the fact that, probably these people are going to die of, not starvation, but of freezing pretty soon. But apart from that, it's going pretty okay. One thing we definitely need to do is put a forester's lodge over here so that this gatherer's hut actually starts producing food again, because right now this is just like a total waste. The supply of firewood is low. Well, I could have told you that. And that's the other thing, is having a lot of trees will actually give us the capabilities, to produce enough firewood, so hopefully our whole town doesn't freeze to death. But as long as we survive through this winter, I'll feel pretty good. Didn't I also have a pasture that I wanted to make? We got chickens there. I need to get that pasture up so we can kind of diversify our food output. Is there any firewood? There's no... oh, there's a little firewood in our market. Honestly, this sounds terrible, but I don't really care if these 48 and 55-year-olds freeze to death. I mean, I'd rather they didn't, admittedly, but... okay, look, we have a lot of things on the go right now and a lot of things that warrant being produced. Let's make a forester's lodge over here, because we need a forester's lodge over here. We'll just make it, like, right there. And that's the next thing that we're going to build, and then after that, we'll build a pasture, and hopefully our wood production will be reasonable. We just had a couple people come of age, which is really good. The problem is, even though it's late winter, these people need firewood or they'll freeze to death even in the early spring or even, as time goes beyond that. And it'll just lower the health and happiness of our citizens. So, we really need more wood production coming in, even though it's kind of unfortunate and I would rather not chop down all of these trees around our gatherers' huts. Has to be done, kind of. And they're using firewood at such a rapid pace that it's a little scary. But nobody died that winter. Firewood is our major concern right now. We have so many logs over here. I almost just want to put like a woodcutter over here, because otherwise it just takes forever to put these logs, like, why are they putting them in that stockpile instead of this one? I don't know, but we're in a good part of the year right now, so let's pause it for a second and make sure things are getting done. We'll make sure we crank up the priority. Iron is low and food is low. We don't need iron to make this forester's lodge, so that's not that big of a deal. Let's crank up the priority of that, and then our builders should get to work on that. We now have 7 laborers. We're having people come of age very quickly, so I'm going to put a couple more of those on building. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have more people. Oh, crap. We have so many logs, but firewood is being produced so slowly. I almost feel like it might be in our best interest to actually put a pause on this and maybe even build like a second woodcutter with the same production limit. Okay. Maybe we'll try to get that done. We're experimenting a little bit here. We'll put the woodcutter over here. It seems like a reasonably central location between the market and this stockpile. I really don't want my whole population to freeze to death. 54 degrees outside to me feels pretty good, but I understand not all people have this hardy Vancouver constitution. For people who don't know, I'm making a joke there. Vancouver, despite being in Canada, is, exceptionally mild all year round, compared to the rest of the country, for sure. We don't need iron to build this either. We have more than enough logs and stone. So hopefully the builders just come over here, grab the logs, put them over here, and then we're good to go. I don't think too many people are going to freeze to death, but we really need people to start producing. Like, please build this. Why is nobody building this? This woodcutter needs to get up. I'm not sure if I've got like a total supply chain mismanagement or something going on here. I just cranked up the priority on that. Forget about the forester's. Lady, you don't need to be here right now. Forget about the forester's lodge. Firewood is low and food is low. That doesn't bother me so much, because food production should be okay. Okay-ish. I still think we should get this forester's lodge up before we get the pasture up, and then we'll get the pasture up. Because our food hasn't been our major problem. And also, building that forester's lodge is basically like building another gatherer's hut, or like 10 gatherer's huts, because it'll actually, produce some food. Unlike this gatherer's hut right now, which produces nothing, because there's no trees around here. So this is, I mismanaged it. I shouldn't have put that in the position that I did, or I shouldn't have chopped down all the trees, but so be it, right? I guess for now we could micro if we wanted to and take these 2 gatherers off this hut. But let's just keep them there for now so I don't forget to put them back later. So, how's our population doing? Nobody's freezing to death. It's the summer. Peppers are going to come in quite nicely. Our gatherers up here should be doing a good job, especially over here. Oh my. Probably want to put like another forester on this over here. Let's crank up this, and then you should go up to 2 of 2 foresters. Let me pause it for a second. Our forester lodge over here has 2 of 4. Let's change that to 2 of 2. And our forester's lodge over here has 2 of 2. And our forester's lodge over here has 1 of 2. Let's go up even 1 more worker there. That should be 2 of 2. Good. So now we have way more foresters working. Our trees should be a little bit better off. Our blacksmith, we need to produce more tools with him as well. We're running out of tools very quickly here. What's low? Food is low. Not a problem. Not a big problem anyway. We're going to have a second woodcutter show up and start cutting firewood. Probably, or at least preferably, from this stockpile over here. And then we're going to have a forester's lodge get built. And unfortunately, this is going to... It's going to use a lot of our existing logs in our stockpile, which we probably want to use for firewood instead. But that's okay, I think, because it's good for the long term. And we're just going to have like a year here maybe where we just kind of keep things slow, keep things steady, and worry about our infrastructure more than our population boom. But I should put down some more houses reasonably soon. With 2 farmers working on this field, we should get 100% of the yield. We have no iron. That's why he's not producing more tools. It's actually not the worst thing in the world. We do need to get a mine up at some point as well. Quarry's doing all right. Firewood's low. Firewood's low. That's okay. What's your production right now? You're doing all right. I still don't understand why you're not pulling from this stockpile right here. But hey, clearly I don't understand how stockpiles work in the game, so maybe that's okay. We are still rolling through firewood faster than I would like, though. Did you run out of workers? Why do you have 3 workers at this forester's lodge? Should be 2, 2, 2. Is that 2? What? 1 of 2? Why do you have 1 of 2? You have 2 of 2. You should have 2 of 2 in a second. Maybe I put them on there too early and then, I don't know. I have 6 people working as foresters. To only have 1 up here is very weird to me. Even when I go up to 7, it doesn't change anything. Oh, you know why? Because I haven't... This is a new lodge. Sorry, I'm an idiot. We did have another laborer, like, come of age. Do we really want to have, like, half of our population working as foresters? This place should have 2. So I think what I may do is we'll assign some more foresters. Like that. So you're at 2 of 2 now. And we have 7 people working. Is this place okay with 1 forester? Probably. There, that should be okay then. So we've got 4 laborers now. Nobody working at the tavern because we still don't have anything that you can use to make a tavern. Well, we don't have anything we can use to make beer, I should say. But we've already made the tavern. That's the easy part. Please tell me that you are not just... Why don't you pull logs from this stockpile? It seems crazy to me. Is this stockpile technically closer because of the roads? I don't think so. But we're going to run into firewood problems again. Let's hope we don't run into food problems. It seems to be... It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. This gatherer's hut, obviously, this year has been absolutely horrible for us because there's no trees around, but as our foresters start putting trees down here, the gatherer's hut here should start producing a lot more food. So I think we're in for maybe a couple of tough seasons, and then after that point, it should be okay. So, and also this will give us a nice area to get trees from as well. I think we need to build a pasture, and the pasture should be close to the market. What do we have here? Reserve of firewood is low. I think we're still going to be fine. It's a little touch and go, though. Let's build our pasture. We could build it like right next to the farm. It's going to be so small though. I'm trying to think if maybe this is the best place for it. I think we're running low on firewood and food again is basically what that's going to tell me. I don't want to put it over here because these people suck at actually making it work. You know what? We'll start with a very small pasture. That's okay. Pasture can go this big. All right. So that'll get to work. We need 36 logs. The problem right now is not that our... I mean, it's one of 2 problems. Either our workers that are woodcutters work too slowly, or our logs are just not getting to the woodcutters fast enough for them to produce the amount that they're actually capable of producing. What we might want to do is put another woodcutter on... Yeah, let's put another woodcutter in the town central here. Oh, you actually can't. You can only have 1 woodcutter per location. It's okay. What if you reached the production limit of clothes? That's good. That's a good thing. We'll talk about, we'll probably have a trade coming up soon, like a vendor. You are running out of food. You have firewood. Far be it from me to suppose that you should maybe make a trade with one of your neighbors, because obviously we've decided that that is just not something that happens. Okay, he has wheat and roots. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to get a lot of food right now. I can actually afford to trade away a lot of iron coats. What if we put 25 in here? What does that give us? 375 units? Why don't we take like 165 wheat? And then we can also get like another 210 roots. We could use that wheat to make beer, actually. So maybe we want to go 210 wheat and then 165 of the roots. We'll trade. Yeah, I think this is okay. So that's going to give us a nice supply of food that's going to make it to Market Central. And then maybe we'll have someone who can actually work in the tavern if they don't eat the wheat fast enough. Can I actually assign someone maybe to work here? We have 7 laborers now. So make an ale out of wheat. You're not going to have very much wheat, but do your best anyway, and hopefully the game will be able to manage that properly. Okay, so is the pasture's not done? Needs a couple more logs. People are running out of food. That's scary. Maybe I shouldn't be using the wheat to make beer, but the happiness of my citizens is paramount as well. I have 4 builders. Fuck if I know what they're focusing on, but that's okay. Is our gatherer's hut actually producing food again? No. Soon. Soon they will. Reserve of food, reserve of firewood is low. Okay, we are reaching like a population problem. It's because these laborers are focusing on chopping this shit down over here. Oh, firewood and food are getting done. This is good news. Is ale being produced? That's this barrel down here. Well, I guess we'll see. Please don't starve to death. Please, God, don't starve to death. You can eat the leather if you want to. It's like jerky. Is this guy still here? We could buy more stuff. Let's buy more food because we need to. 123 wheat. I don't want to give him any tools. How much can we get for, we have what, 15? No, we have 40 more iron coats. Or hide coats, sorry. Let's give him another 30. Our tailor is working overtime here, so 123 wheat and 168 roots. Puts us at 291, so we can take away maybe like 9 of these. We can take away another 2. No, just a little bit off. There we go. I'm overpaying by 9 units. That's fine. That's going to give us another 300 food, which will hopefully keep us alive a little bit. This is more microwing than I like to do, but this may be something that allows our town... Ooh, we need a farmer here. This may be something that actually allows our town to, you know, survive for a little while, so that'd be good. So 1 herdsman for 2 chickens seems like a pretty okay ratio for me. Lots of people not feeling, wholly great about their food situation right now. Hopefully, you know, this pasture starts to grow. We can get 16 chickens in there. It's not a ton, but could get the... Oh, we had 2 people die. Laborer died of starvation. Laborer died of starvation. That is probably just going to continue to get worse, but I did cross 50 population for a while. Finally. Why is my food production so bad? Is it really all because of this gatherer's hut? Like, did I fuck that up that badly? It's possible. We're going to have a little bit of a culling of the population this year. Laborer, laborer, laborer. Oh, here we go. Blacksmith, builder, laborer, laborer. Population's going to tank a little bit. Once it starts being bad, it just keeps getting worse. Okay, you're clearly not making any ale because we need you instead to be focused on, you know, providing food for our families here. This gatherer's hut should be making bank. How's this doing? Look at that food. That's great. Let's crank this up to 3, and we'll put another worker on that. How's our hunting cabin doing here? Could be better. How's this gatherer's hut doing? Not fantastically. Maybe we even put a 4th gatherer up here in Tree City. So we'll go up to 3 of 4, and then we'll have 8 gatherers. We could use another fisherman as well. We only have 1. Let's go up to 2 fishermen. We only have 1 laborer now. That's a recipe for disaster coming soon, but that was actually an advertisement for my upcoming album, Recipe of Disaster. Recipe for Disaster, I guess. Okay, we've reached the limit for wood production. Or firewood production. Maybe we should just keep them working regardless. As more people die, you would think that the whole food crisis would kind of sort itself out, but I guess perhaps not. Yeah, more and more population continue to die. We lost a builder, a child, a builder, and a fisherman. We're down to 44 population. The food is being eaten up so damn quickly. I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to kind of survive this culling here, and hopefully, you know, the harvest will help out a little bit. Chickens have not reproduced yet. We've lost like 7 people now. We lost a farmer. Should have 1. I really would love to get a second farmer going. Oh my god, why do I do this to myself? The population got too big. Now I'm pretty sure that our lady is not going to be able to harvest it in time, like our farm lady over here. We can take 1 woodcutter away and assign them to farming, and hopefully those peppers actually will make it to the market instead. Hopefully this famine ends up being a little bit less destructive than the one that came before. God damn it, this is all due to inefficient supply chain management. I don't like it. We're at the production limit for logs. Oh, no. That's gonna go higher. Alright, so we're gonna lose like half our population this year. That's fine. You know, this is what this game's about. We gotta triumph over adversity. I'm just looking at our priorities right now. I don't know. It's gonna be a rough winter. Please tell me that you can actually get some of these peppers into the market. Do we have people with stored food again that I'm gonna need to go and start going house to house? Alright, great. Reserve of food and firewood is low as we enter the winter. There go our crops just withering to death because our other farmer was incapable of making this happen. Alright, let's just watch the fireworks, I guess. Like, where do they put the food? I don't know where they put the food. There's a storage barn right next to them. They take the food and they walk it over here into maybe the market or into their own houses. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, you know what? We have nobody working the market right now. That could be one of our issues. Well, we don't need 2 farmers during the winter, so let's have 1 person become a vendor. Man, people are gonna starve and freeze to death like crazy this winter. And we're gonna have to reprioritize where we're gonna put our people, as we often do. But hopefully as these houses clear out a little bit, we'll have a renewed population growth. I don't get it. Like, here's what bothers me about Banished, and I like the game overall, but I have a town of, what, you start with like 20 people roughly. They survive with like 1 gatherer, 1 fisherman, and 1 hunter in a forester's lodge. And then I build 12 of those. And then somehow only double the amount of people have trouble surviving with it. It's all... like, this is not necessarily what I would call a city builder. I've been calling it a supply chain management game a lot, but it's definitely true. The most important thing by far is, like, making sure your people actually have efficient routes to go. But you can't actually control the routes they do go. I mean, you can, like, see the paths that they take, if you want to. If I just click on them here, I think. Yeah, I can see the paths that they take, but I can't actually, like, alter those paths for myself except by building things, so... I don't know. I mean, I don't want to have to micromanage every single unit, but at the same time, I feel like my production capacity should be way higher than it actually is. Here comes the deaths. People dying of starvation. I assume that we will have some people dying of freezing as well, although it is late winter, and it appears that our... like, this is the thing that gets me. We have 454 logs, but we somehow can't manage to produce enough firewood to keep our town alive with 2 woodcutters who... I mean, maybe I should up the limit for fuel. It's probably just something I should do. Let's take it up to 400 instead. That's fine. More people dying. Starvation. Please tell me this gatherer's hut is going to start producing a little bit better. I think it is, but we have way less workers now. Oh, hello, merchant. What do you got for me? Plums and fish. Yes, we need these. Give me, I can only really offer like 25 of the coats. That's 375. Give me 333 fish, and I'll also take another, what is that, like 44 plums? No, 42 plums. My mistake. Trade. Alright, so this food, assuming it gets to the market, could keep some townspeople alive, which is great. We've had a lot of people kind of fall off here, which is really bad. But we'll see if maybe that culling of the population leads to an explosion a little bit later. We don't have enough people to work the forests anymore. That's really, really unfortunate. We don't have enough people to woodcut anymore. We don't have enough people to work the tavern. That's okay. Or is that the greatest injustice of all? I don't know. But we'll just wait for our population to grow a little bit. Reserve of food is low. I'm relying basically 100% on this Gatherer's Hut actually being functional. Because here's the way I see it. If 36 people can survive through a winter with like 14 people starving, then 36 people should be able to survive through the next winter with greater food production. But maybe I'm an idealist or something. I don't know. We're down to 37 population again, which is basically like where you get after year 3 or 4. And we're on year 20, so I'm not proud of myself. One of these days we're going to get that mine, though, I promise you. For now, we should, even though we've got bigger fish to fry, we should get some iron. Iron's really important because we need to keep making tools. We start to find ourselves in a really shitty position if we run out of tools, because our efficiency is just going to plummet, and we can't afford for that to happen. If I could do this over again, and I may, what I would do is, I think I would prioritize that block of like Gatherer's Hut, Forester's Lodge, and Hunting Cabin a little bit more. I wouldn't worry as much about the storage barns because people don't use them anyway, unless you know, if there's like one storage barn, that's where they put it, I guess. Even if there's roads attaching it, which seems silly to me. If there's a storage barn right next to a place, I would assume that the AI would just go to that place because it's closer. But I don't know. Maybe the AI doesn't work like that, and maybe that's for the best. I actually don't know. I'm not a video game programmer, am I? So now we're going to end up in a similar situation in all likelihood to what we had a little bit earlier, where, you know, we're going to have elderly people in a house, and that's going to kind of slow our growth down a little bit. Slowing our growth might be a good thing, though. That might not be the worst thing in the world. Quarry's producing like 20 stone a year, probably a little less this year. It's all right. This is fine. Let's just let our population grow a little bit. Our pasture's getting some meats in it. After a while, this will be great. We're running out of food again. This Gatherer's Hut should be good. Sure, it's producing better than it did last year. What do we build? Maybe we build nothing. Maybe we just sit here and wait for a little while and let our population kind of get back to pre-catastrophe standpoints. Although, I do think that another Gatherer's Hut down here, now that we've got a Forester's Lodge here, might solve a lot of our food problems. So this is what I wanted to prioritize, so let's put a Gatherer's Hut over here. We have 0 builders, so we'll switch over to 1 builder. And it's going to take 100 years to make, or 100 years to do. I don't understand how we're burning through like 400 firewood in the summer. Let me get this, like, there's firewood here, yes, and then I realize this is the inefficient part. That lady just takes the firewood all the way back to this storage barn? No, this market here probably. And it's already been used up. She might have delivered it directly to someone's house, actually. But it's gonna be a long time until this becomes better. Maybe if we put like a second market and a bunch of houses around here, but for somewhat obvious reasons, I don't necessarily want to build a number of houses in our current situation. What do we have 2 people doing that we don't need 2 people doing? We don't need 2 people stone cutting, so we'll put 2 people farming to hopefully get this crop field actually harvested in time. Reserve of firewood is low, and I guess we'll go through like one more winter here before we stop the video. Having another hunting lodge wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but again, we're spread very thin right now. We need more children to come of age, basically. How's this Gatherer's Hut coming along? Removed 1 of 6 trees. Fantastic. Looks like our blacksmith's doing a pretty good job of making... Where's our blacksmith? That's a storage barn. Blacksmith. Here. He's doing a pretty good job of making tools. Enough to keep us a little bit above maintenance anyway. Come on. I don't understand why it's taking so long to just chop down the trees in this area. Oh, there's someone there. Or the trees just fall down. There's so many mushrooms on the ground. I almost want to take maybe a hunter off and focus on getting this Gatherer's Hut built. And then we can always just put him back in a second. But let's up the priority here like crazy. Yeah, no, like get it all. That's fine. Because once this Gatherer's Hut goes up, I can assign another person to work there, and then look at all the mushrooms and roots and onions in this area. We should be fine. Winter's approaching. We have 0 supply of firewood. I can't stress enough that this blows my mind. Previously, with this population and 1 woodcutter, we had more than enough firewood. But now the market's empty. We've got the same population, but people are just going to start dying again. We have a ton of logs. Logs are, like, not hard to come by. But somehow we seem incapable of using firewood. People are just using like a lot more wood now than they used to be, I guess, for reasons that don't really make sense to me, but that's okay. Yeah, the reserve of iron this time. That makes sense because we have 3 laborers now. We should get... Yeah, this iron is prioritized, but whatever. I think we're going to be able to survive this winter without too many deaths. But I don't know. This town is like... It's grown too big too fast. I need to learn to be okay with not making progress right away, I think. Because I try to grow too quickly, and then that just really handicaps us in the future. Well, these people may freeze to death soon. I don't know if they freeze to death or if it just, like, really negatively impacts health and happiness. We'll see, I guess. Truth be told, being at 40 population is not that much worse than we were before, but we did lose a lot of adults who are employees. But hopefully we learn from this mistake and we make more gatherers' huts, and the Lion's Den continues to survive here. I mean, we are still alive. We don't have, like, a Jamestown or a Roanoke situation here. But we're kind of close. Come on, builders. Like, that's... Oh, Lord. Why is everybody free? Just get in the boarding house, and then you'll be fine. We'll start one fire instead of 12 different fires. So we have 3 laborers. Only 1 builder? I thought I assigned a second builder. Maybe I didn't move them to building. If so, I'm a dumb idiot. But everybody already knew that, so that's okay. So, Gatherer's Hut goes up. How's our pastor doing? We're going to be able to start murdering chickens soon. That's kind of exciting. I don't know how many mouths 16 chickens are going to feed. You have to ask Swiss Chalet, I guess. There's, you know, just Canadian jokes there. Come on, Gatherer's Hut. Work with me here. If you just get done... Oh, you're so close. Like, one more Gatherer would change our lives here. Or one more Gathering Hut, I should say. Could change our lives here from a food standpoint. That's good. We got two Gatherers working there. Let me pause for a second just to quickly, like, micro. This place now has 0. So that's not good. We want one more Gatherer. And this place needs to go down to 2 of 2. That's fine. And then this place over here is at 3 of 4. No, 2 of 2. You go down to 2 as well. And then you stay at 2 of 2. And then we have 7 people working. So this place should have 1 now, right? Am I correct in my math? Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely adequate. So our food production should be a lot better. I don't know what the fuck to tell you about firewood. Apparently, you know, we're eating the logs, I guess, at this point. But never eat the logs unless your partner says that they're okay with it. But in any case, that's going to do it for this episode of Banished. We had a little bit of a cull, but our population is sort of recovering. You know, it's very nice that we have a bustling forest down here. It's very nice that we have a bustling forest down here now. We still need to work on growing our actual population, and their health is getting pretty bad as a result of this lack of firewood. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure to show your support by clicking the like button. It helps a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. As always, thanks for watching, and the Lion's Den will be back tomorrow. See you then.